Because you remember the Orion
Well,
Dually?
I'm not a texter. What the hell? You know?
Wayne, you remember the Orion Dually with the orange and yellow one, the original Orion big dually? With the fucking it's in a fucking field somewhere, and I'm trying to get someone just bought this son of a bitch for $1,200, and I had my
I'm
hands
sure there's
on
a
it.
lot of cars out there.
I'm looking for one of the old ones and my own.
Listen, there's, my whole purpose was to show my kids that what Dad did.
Yeah.
Because my kids didn't understand it. And my 15-year-old stepson, I'm out there working on stuff, and he just doesn't understand. And there's no way in hell I'm going to explain to him what I did.
It's hard.
And so bringing him to this, and him being part of this, the first time he's ever engaged away from doing this. Right?
Yeah.
And
I can see it too. He's into it.
And he's into
Yeah,
it.
he's into
And
it.
he's like telling me, hey, you know that first training we went to? Those two guys weren't really organized, and this and that and that. He's telling me what he's
watching it
seen.
and picking up on it. Yeah.
And he's understanding. And every training, thank God they did this, every training that I've been through, I'm sitting in the front, and Schmitty or Jeremy Carlson, or they say, oh, Fukuda's in the audience, and they say something, and I'm like, I'm glad because I want him to know.
That's right. Every time.
Because he doesn't know. Because
Exactly.
I'm not cool to him.
No,
This might,
exactly.
this might,
cool.
this might be his first fight.
And it's
This
not
might
me
be the
doing
first
it,
fight.
it's someone else
That's
doing
right.
it. It's like, all these people know it. All these people like take pictures with you. All these people, I'm like, yeah, I tried to tell
I totally relate.
He can relate. We go to CES.
I took my son to CES, and so every time we walk around, like Kevin Kimball's like, you know your dad started
Yeah.
or whatever, and my son's like his whole perception has changed.
Well, he had a little eye roll going on at first,
Yeah.
and then it changed.
That's
after,
how he was.
After he
it's
heard
hard
it
to
so many
connect to your
times.
kids.
Oh,
You know what I
it's
mean?
very difficult.
We're in a different world. You know, they're in the
Just a
video
couple years
gaming
ago.
world, and their idea of music is what
Way
they hear
different.
on the
Way
phone,
different.
Oh, they're
you know?
iPad.
yeah.
Way
Yeah.
Earbuds.
But you know when
What they hear,
when somebody can experience high performance, they can feel it. I
Yeah.
mean, it's an altering situation.
Well,
But this is-
in your son's situation, though, you're talking about the big guys calling you out, but what about all of us smaller guys that were chasing your ass for all these years?
Yeah, I mean,
it's like a big deal to us.
This
you know?
is a lot for him, and he's still processing because it's a lot in 2 days to take in all what just happened.
Yeah.
And I made him go to every one of the trainings with me and sit right next to me. And put your phone away. I don't want to see your phone. I want you to pay attention. And then he's asking me questions. So why do they do it like this? What does that mean when they do that? And he's a smart kid. He's 4 point whatever GPA at school, and he's very, very intelligent. But he just is not engaged in anything I do for whatever reason.
This is outside of his world.
It is way
So
outside of it.
That's right.
And even his friends, when his friends come over, they were looking at the van while I was building it, and they would go, "What is this and why?"
I had a 22-year-old ask me if an
You know
amplifier
what I'm
could have a
saying?
fan in the
To me,
middle
it's
was a
amazing.
speaker.
If I was a
A
15-year-old, I'd
22-year-old.
be like, "Oh my
Well,
god!"
that's
The other
the
day.
failure. That's our failure
But
to convey what this can be. You know what I mean? There's a whole generation of people that have never experienced high performance audio or even custom audio. I mean, even the most fundamental type of
You're
sound
right.
system, other than what you get in your car or on your headphones.
one thing I miss about the car stereo installs of today is the look and the fit and finish and the
They don't care.
They
The
know
elegance.
the
Yeah.
elegance of it.
Well, this is
right.
too much.
yeah,
They're
this is
trying
a
to bang out
show.
the front
This is a
windshield.
show vehicle.
That's
You
right.
know, it's
but
totally.
I miss that show vehicle
Yeah.
aspect of
You
the
don't see
cars
it.
being
You know,
built
it's
today.
just like
But
put
even when
together,
Mark was
sloppy,
competing
like-
with his
Blazer?
Blazer, he still made it look nice.
No, I know
I
that.
had-
I know that.
Somebody showed me a post I made one time before finals. I said, at least spray paint your
Yeah,
vehicle, your
box,
box,
your box, yeah.
anything, because have pride in what you're trying to
use
do.
some distro blocks, so take
Yeah.
the
It was
cables
different.
off the motor.
But the thing is that there's a lot of people I think they're seeing this at the show, and they want to. Now they have the means, because you can want to do something, but if you don't have the means to actually make it happen, but a lot of the old school guys, they're in a point in their career where they can afford to do it the way they wish they would have done
Back
it.
then.
Well, he wants to get the Terminator
Yeah.
back going.
Well, that'd be
I
awesome.
y'all
wanted
got
to
me
do
all-
it for a
He
long
wants- he's been
time.
wanting to
I
do
saw
it.
it yesterday when Sunday when you saw the van. And the first thing was the
Mark, what
Terminator.
year is
I
this?
gotta get the Terminator.
It's an 89.
Okay, mine was
Can you
87.
Can you imagine if
I
there was a
wanna find
row
it.
of these?
I gotta
now?
find it out.
Yeah, find
Mine-
it now.
Mine got sold.
Oh, you can find it.
If
I'll
we
find
ever
it.
went back to CS, I'm
Look up
sure
the
we
bin.
could be on
See if you
the
have
internet.
the
Well,
old
no,
bin.
I'm saying as long as I can find the same body.
person
See if you
that
can find the
produces
same
show.
one.
Yeah.
She
That's
actually
even
helped
cooler.
My
my
painter bought it
career
from me and
start
they destroyed
doing
it.
shows back. DB drag racing events. In fact, some of the MES shows, she was the show coordinator, and there were several times where I had the Terminator. I had the tower at CES, and she would give me the space because she thinks it's way cool. I'm
likes it.
sure that that we could have this exhibited anywhere we wanted.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't know if there's anybody ever going back to CES actually.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was
I heard
horrible
it
last
was-
year. It was
yeah,
horrible.
it was
It probably,
a-
SEMA might be
a
a
take.
good
I went. It
show
was
for
nasty.
it.
It was
I'm
terrible.
gonna do it. Build a rig.
It wasn't even worth going.
Tow it around.
Don't need. I'm into it for so much now. Just storing it.
Oh yeah.
Storing it for 30 years.
Yeah.
30 years? You've had it longer than 30 years.
However
It had
long
to
it's
be.
been,
Had to
long
be because I
time.
had mine for.
85?
Don't.
Yeah.
I don't want
You can store it in the
Let's say
museum.
5
I'll
years.
take it. I won't
People will
charge
start
you.
doing the math.
Yeah. I say I stored this for 11.
Yeah.
And it was stored before I even
Yeah.
had it. So I had it for 11. My Blazer's been stored since 96. How long is that? 95.
27 years, right?
That's how long it's been stored.
Okay, so that
Pay
means
every
the
month.
Terminator's been stored
That's
for
right.
37 years.
37. That
I mean,
sounds
what
more
an
like it.
investment. And then there's the blood, sweat, and tears part of it.
Yeah, I mean, that's my legacy, if you want.
The
I
problem
will
I
never
think
get rid of that.
the problem I think Wayne's had with the Terminator is he doesn't want to touch it, and so he's got to be able to trust somebody to touch
Well,
it.
like Mark scrubbing his own vinyl.
That's
know, well-
the only way I do
But
it.
that's the way he would do it too, though.
There's now mine is. I don't have the same fit and finish,
Well,
but
'cause there's- yeah.
Well, it was
But, you
before
know,
they
really,
came out with all the molding. We was
I mean,
doing
I'm-
the square cuts.
The engine and drivetrain stuff, I was okay, but I made sure that when the guy got it, I gave him a list of rules, and I took out things that I did not want them to be able to touch.
Yeah.
And like the back, I locked it completely so they couldn't open the back to get to the amplifiers.
Sure.
And I said, this is what you're going to do, and this is how you're going to do it, and this is where I want it to be put when you're finished every day. And I masked off everything in the inside.
That's good.
I took out all the drivers
Yeah.
to make sure that they kept my drivers in. I made covers for my doors. I took all the seats out.
You went over the top.
Yeah, that's
of
what
it.
I did.
Was
That's
there any
one
body
mistake could screw it
damage
up
at
bad.
all?
Yeah.
The bumpers